So I reckon I will go live next week. It's probably easier to keep it on the Wednesday, I think. LDU says hi. I know. My old mate. Thanks, Tim. Thank you, mate. Butter chicken, yeah, big fan of butter chicken, mate. Big fan. Yeah, see you on YouTube, mate. Yeah, jump over. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Well, we're live right now, so yeah, feel free to chuck any questions over. And oh boy, Langers is in the chat. My pickle bunny. Hey, Langers. Kane. So with the finals format, is it pick a new team every week? Yeah, it will be, mate. Different team every week, and we'll have different limitations on how many players from each side. So anyway, we are over at YouTube. If you want to keep chatting, feel free. We'll probably talk a bit of SuperCoach finals as well. Thanks for all the comments, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Hi, Jakey. Hello, Langers. I want you to move for me. What's going on, McSkibbity? Not too much, my guy. Not too much. SuperCoach finals, hey? Something a bit different. How are you, mates? Archer, hey, Danny boy. What's going on, man? What is going on? Michael, in my draft grand final, have to play 2 of Keys, Baker, Mackay. That is tough. Yeah, what are the matchups? Okay, Mackay against Essendon, I'm locking in. I feel like that's a favourable matchup. Baker v Sydney, and who was the other one? Keys v North. Jeez. So it's Liam Baker, right? Liam Baker. What's Benny Keys been doing? Liam Baker's a tough one to get me finger on. Good matchup for Keysy. I'm going to go Baker and Mackay. I feel like Keys is just a bit too inconsistent. Flaghawk. Hey, Shorty. Don't have DPP. Who do I trade for Grundy? Sorry, couldn't make stream last week. Had camp. No, that's all right, mate. Look, for this week, I mean, you've got all your options, don't you? I would do Tristan Cherry, personally. I think that's the play. Yeah, that's the way I'd go. He's fantastic form. Yeah, the Capitals. That's all right. D-Mac, big dog, what's going on? How are you, mate? Good to see you. We're excited about some SuperCoach finals, guys. What are we thinking? Oh, so it's Rankin, not Grundy. Oh, well, that changes things. Okay. Let me get back into Classic. Kane, if Bulldogs make it to finals, is Bont a must-have or Richards? I probably think Bont. I still think Bont. But look, with such a small team, we're going to have some point of difference at some stage. So be interesting to see what risks people take. Look, hello, Daniel Short, Mr. Daniel Short. Thanks for the house tour, buddy. You ready to perform with Snoop Dogg? No worries on the house tour, mate. No worries at all. Yeah, Liam Baker. Yeah, I go Baker and Mackay. Let's have a look at this Rankin replacement. Where is he? Yeah, okay. You got Jezza Cameron, Caleb Daniel. Dylan Moore's in good form, isn't he? Look, I think safe options would be Chad Warner or Dylan Moore. I think they're really safe, good options. If you want to take a risk, Cozzy Pickett, anything's possible with Pickett. I doubt it against Collingwood, but you never know. And Jezza Cameron. Look, I think against Richmond, I know we've thought he'd go nuts against other sides and he hasn't. But against Richmond, could be worth your time. But if I had to, I think I would go Chad Warner against West Coast. Some loose content from the lads. There's no doubt about that. The hair's just not sitting, guys. Tom Lynch is such a bum. Hunter Rankin out, traded Mackay and VC. Yeah, well, look, against Essendon, you never know, mate. Against Essendon, it's a chance. Well, here's the tough news, right? For Movember, you've got to grow it again. So Puck informs me that I've got to shave off the mow October 31, grow it back. Yikes. Hunter, surely I heard from a mate of yours that you're nicknamed. You're cooked, mate. You are cooked. Luke, what were your thoughts on Isaac Rankin's situation? Such a mess. As soon as I heard the news, I was thinking, yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, look, you just got to be better than that. Like, we just can't be saying that sort of stuff. I think if we want to rule that sort of stuff out, it just can't be happening, you know? I think it's a bit sad to think that no player has come out as gay, you know, and there would be gay AFL players. I think it's a bit sad that we haven't created an environment that they feel comfortable to do so. And it's probably stuff like this that makes them feel like, you know what, it's probably not a safe environment to come out. It's very much a known thing in the women's game. But yeah, the men's game, not so much. So I think we've got a bit of work to do in that space. D-Mac, massive views. Won my grand final. Let's go. He smashed him. Smashed him, man. Yeah, oh, mate, D-Mac just rubs it in a bit. But yeah, that's a shocking score for a grand final team from your opponent. Wow. Mason Redmond scoring a 171. That would have pissed me off so much if I was playing. Luke, do you reckon Adelaide still have a chance to win the grand final? Oh, I mean, they have a chance. I mean, I think West Coast won it without Gaff and Shepherd and someone else. Was Nick Nat there? Was he out? I can't remember, but they're a chance, but it's a serious blow. Oh, here we go. Naz looking at the thrill seeker. No, I was looking at the thrill seeker. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Naz. This was for the Rankin trade. I have the Chad. Yeah, fair call. I mean, yeah, look, Phil Thorpe's a good option too against North Melbourne. I could definitely get around that. That's a good call. G'day, Frying Pan. Hello, Amusement. How are you? I know the Mo. It's going to go at some stage. Sad times. D-Mac, in case you're curious, my draft win has claimed me 7 free pints and a Palmer. Well worth. Gee, I'll rate that. I rate that highly, mate. Karen, my team is playing itself this week. Grundy and Neil on the bench, injured with no trades, killed off my season. SuperCoach finals shall be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'll be all around the SuperCoach finals as well. Gives us a bit of a redemption piece, gives us a revival. I think the question with that will be, yeah, do we go unique players or do you, like, it'd be easy to just go Bond and Richards and all these guys that are obvious, Bailey Smith, Max Hunt. But I guess you won't be able to go all those guys because we've only got 3 midfield spots. So, yeah, we're going to have to really hone in on those guys that are midfield jets and finals players. Who's going to tag who? You know, like Geelong, if they play Brisbane first week, O'Shea Mullen probably going to Lachie Neale upon his return. Luke, what did you make of the Cats game versus Swans? It was a good professional performance from the Cats. They needed that heading into finals. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was a good tune-up. Like, I think we needed a bit of a test. I think it wasn't the worst thing that we were down early because it made us sharpen up and come together, and we did play pretty good footy, I thought. Just got the job done. Wasn't anything to be like, wow, but it was good enough. Amusement, I have Rankin in the forward line and not very reliable coverage on the interchange bench. Should I go down to 4 trades and get Rankin out or hold the trade? Yeah, hold the trades, mate. Hold the trades. Josh Shorty, how's it going? Good, my friend. How are you, mate? Thanks for popping in. Hunter Shorty has left his closet open a bit. Can't be long now, surely. Oh, that's good. Harry, hey, Shorty, mate. Played off against my dad. This was for the mowing the lawns, wasn't it? And won my 150. This puts me up 100 total points in my lawn mowing bet. Yeah. And here's Rankin. Wow, you're looking good, mate. You're looking good. Let us know next week, mate. Let us know. Luke, Yeah, Nick Nat didn't play. Yeah, okay. Thought so. Tiger Rewalt, what's happening, mate? Good to see you. D-Mac, my mate who came last in the draft, has a forfeit 24 hour in Macca's with every cheeseburger eaten, taking an hour off. How long do you reckon he'll be stuck in there? That's good. Not a big lad either. Well, I reckon you could in the first hour, you could knock off 5. Like surely you could and bring that down to 19. But then from there, it'd be tough to eat more than 2 an hour, I reckon. Like, or would you just take a break for an hour and then smash another 5? I reckon you could. I reckon you could down 12, but like, I reckon you're spending at least 6 hours in Macca's. I don't know if you could eat. Could you eat 18? Like, I don't know if you could eat 18 in 6 hours. That's pretty bloody tough. It's a good forfeit though. Who do I VC this week? Thinking Ando into Holmes. Yeah, I was looking at Anderson as well. Zach Butters. I mean, the obvious ones are Gawn, Tristan Cherry, Brody Grundy. Should be back against West Coast. They're the obvious ones. Go our gun rucks. But I think someone a bit different, like a Nick Dacos, could go nuts. I feel like he's probably due to have a big one as well. Dacos or a Butters. And yeah, I think Bailey Smith and Holmes, good options against the Tigers as well. Hunter, belter player in the head 3 weeks, say bad word 5 weeks. True woke morons in chat. Look, yeah, I do agree. I don't think the weeks are fully lining up. They've seemingly set a standard for it being 4 or 5, and they want to come down pretty harshly. But you're right, it probably doesn't add up with some of the brutal things we see on the field, only getting 3. But look, they're different ballparks. It's apples and oranges, I suppose. I don't look if it's 4 or 5, so be it. I just think keep it consistent. I wouldn't have it where it gets worse and worse. That just doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, look, I mean, I think it's important that we do rule that stuff out. I mean, look, if it's 3, if it's 5, I think we need to rule that sort of stuff out of our game. H24, I'm in the grand final for my SuperCoach, and I'm left with an injured Grundy and no trades. Well, hopefully Grundy's back for you this week, mate. I haven't heard an update, but it was just going to be the 1 week. So unless someone's heard otherwise, I might do a quick Google. He'll be a test to return. So, yeah, I think he's probably likely. But, yeah, we won't know until tomorrow, will we? For your sake, hopefully he's back, eh? Amusement Shorty has found a new SuperCoach game to be very bad at. I know. I need to redeem, mate. I need to redeem. And what has been my worst SuperCoach year of all time by a mile, this might be my redemption story. Luke, just don't know how Rankin or why Rankin was dumb enough to do it and what he did, especially in the lead up to finals. Yeah, look, I think we've all got fired up and said things that we wish we didn't. But in the heat of the moment, we just got to use different language. I mean, if you're that fired up, just drop the C-bomb on him. You know, geez, like, you can't be dropping those homophobic things, though. Like, that's going to, as we can see, they're going to come down hard on you. So, yeah, but he's a role model, mate. You know, he's got to be better than that. Hunter Shorty, are you Jeff, the Pussy Slayer's biggest failure? I am going to have to show him that comment. That is bloody wild. I can't remember you. I can't believe you remembered his name. Should I go Phil Thorpe, Myers, Cameron, Bailey, Pickett, Mackay, or Dylan Moore? Myers, I don't mind. I would feel like if it was me, I wouldn't go Zach Bailey. I feel like Pickett. No, if I had to pick one, I'd be going. I feel like Dylan Moore should get a lot more attention from Brisbane. I would go Brian Myers. I feel like he could really carve the Tigers up, get a bit of pretty chill footy, I reckon, for Rankin. Yeah, hopefully that helps, mate. Joshua, free my guy Rankin. Look, we'd love to have him for our SuperCoach sides, but I'm hoping we all agree that that stuff just can't be said. Magpies, hey shorties, apologies, bit late. Had last footy training for the year. Just wanted to say I have also done an MVP like you, but I have also done it with a -3. Oh yes, I've heard you mention this. Nice, mate. Let me know who wins. How you going? Yeah, I'm going to do my MVP vote count. I'll get the sense Tristan Cherry may have sewn it up with that big 3-voter last week, but I'll be interested to see how my own count finishes. I have one trade left. Do I trade Grundy or Rankin? Rankin, mate. I'm hoping and thinking Grundy will be back late in the year. Oh, nice, mate. Nice. Let us know. DMAC, check the leagues. Short man. Shorty Supercoach #1 grand finalist right here. Look out. Good stuff, bro. I'm guessing that we can have leagues in SuperCoach finals as well. I'm guessing. How many leagues? We can have 20 leagues. Nice. All right, let's do one right now. Got to respect the crew that are on for the live here. Jump into that league, guys. SuperCoach finals, first league. Luke, how's Jeff? Jeff's mother, aka your name, going after that cheeky TikTok during the week. Oh yeah, true. Nah, Nan's well. Nan's going well, mate. Thanks for asking. Nah, good to see you the other night. Hunter, shorty wire, cocktails. Okay, but oh, you're a dangerous man. You're a naughty individual. Magpie, shorty, make a shorty SuperCoach fine. Well, there you go. Boom. Straight onto it, my friend. We're thinking the same thing. Tiger Rewalt, I think the AFL are ruining the face. They set such a harsh precedent with homophobic language now that it has had such a big implication on finals and overall revenue. Obviously, not saying it's bad. Yeah, look, I reckon if it was me, I'd have probably just a 3-week sanction. I reckon. I think 5's probably a lot. But they want to come down hard on it. And look, I don't think finals has anything to do with it. You know, if you knock someone out, it's not like, oh, I normally get 6, but it's finals, so we give him 3. Like, it just doesn't matter. But yeah, I think we live in a society where we just got to be better than that. You know, we all make mistakes and say the wrong thing sometimes, but if me or you do it, our day-to-day job doesn't really get affected, or it's unlikely. If we say that at the local footy, it's probably unlikely, but Isaac Rankin, he's a role model and he's in the spotlight. He's got to be better. Josh, Isaac Rankin 100% should get suspended, and we don't need that kind of language in our league. I just want him back for finals. Yeah. I'd love to see him play for finals. And part of me is feeling for Adelaide and Adelaide supporters because they're riding this wave, top of the ladder, and then it just would have really hurt. Magpies, as I say that, yeah, no worries. Jump in, mate. Jump in. How many we got in there at the moment? Boom. 7 have joined up already. Good stuff. You're going to stream through finals? Yeah, I think I will. I think I will, particularly with the SuperCoach finals. Look, I really enjoy the streams. I really enjoy them. So, and I think with the, I probably wouldn't if there wasn't a format because there's really nothing to talk about, even though we always find something to talk about. But I definitely will. Hawksy, shitty, how are you? Bit late tonight. Yes, I was a little bit late. So we just pushed it back ever so slightly. But grand final time, 2 trades, Grundog time and Field. Liddy, methinks. Yeah, well, look, I think Grundy's hopefully back for you, mate. Time will tell tomorrow, hey. Yeah, we answered that one. Luke, Rankin should have been aware of what he was saying, but it seems like they're just not aware. Rankin ruined everyone's mood. Yeah, and look, in the heat of the moment, I do understand how we've all acted in ways when we're angry, frustrated, pissed off, where we wish we could take a comment back. But yeah, when you're in the spotlight like this, the penalties are much higher. Tiger Rewalt, I mean, as a Richmond fan, they like to be lenient in finals. Koch was a bit lucky to get it. Well, that is true. I do feel like that's a pretty good point, actually. Luke, what's going on with the live next week with Gold Coast? Yeah, I think I'll just do it. What do you think? Like, do I just go live next week? I'll do a little poll, guys. I was thinking I'd probably just do it. All right, let's set one up. Let me know. Shorty, listen to Dwayne Russell on SEN. He's very yeah. Look, I like Dwayne. Sometimes his show does my head in. People would call up. Gee, they go on and on and on. But yeah, I do like Dwayne. Hawksy, never had Grundy going big for the last game. Sorry, you're bringing Grundy in. Am I? Yeah, right. Yeah, nice, mate. Nice, nice. Oppo has ranking. Do love a free premiership. Yeah, well, this is it. You get rewarded for being disciplined and having the trades in the bank, mate. Karen, what do you think about grand final entertainer? I've never listened to him and have no interest in listening to him. Look, he's a performer. I think he'll have swagger. Um, I'm I'm no massive fan. I think there'll be parts of the community which maybe like yourself have no interest, don't rate him, and that's probably an issue. He probably needs to collab with some acts to I feel like the grand final entertainment, you need one song that everyone's like, "Yes, belter, that's good." I hope he has that under his belt, surely, but he's a pretty smart guy. People probably judge him on certain things, but the bloke's successful. He's not an idiot. He's done these things before. I think he'll find a way to entertain, and he's got some serious performer stuff in him, but probably wouldn't have been my pick, but yeah. Honestly, Luke, I'd rather watch Shorty than Gold Coast. Mate, I'll take it. I'll take it. How are we going in the poll? 60% say yes, 40% say no. So maybe not, maybe not. I mean, the game just do it earlier, I reckon. Maybe I just start TikTok at like 5:45. Maybe I just start YouTube about 6:30 or something like that. Yeah, maybe I'll just bring it forward a little bit. Because yeah, I think it'd be fun to watch a little bit of the footy while live, but maybe some people will just wanna watch the footy. Um, might not might not make next Wednesday. We'll be too worried about Gold Coast game, hoping we make top 4. Yeah, be very interesting to see how it all pans out. There's some tight ladder positions, that's for sure. Yes, got lucky, only had Cherry go out and Hal got through. Yeah, and wasn't holding Cherry, just an absolute blessing last week. He came back and dominated. Tiger Rewalt, I think Snoop Dogg should sing "Up There Kazali" to get the crowd pumping. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? I'm not sure "Up There Kazali" is quite in his repertoire, but, Hawksy, yes. Yeah, was good up there. Kazali yeah, mate, get him going. Get him going. Harry, Shorty, who you got for the Brownlow pre-round 24? I got Anderson. Look, it's a super boring answer, but if I had to pick, I do think Dacos will win. If you want someone slightly smoky, I think Tom Green. I know he's probably I think he was paying $41 last time I looked, and I have him like a $15 chance, I reckon. I think there's a risk that he maybe gets a lot of ones and twos. He's had a ripper year, and if the umpires really reward that in tight stuff, I think it could be a real chance. Hey, Shorty, I scored 2,632 last week. Happy I'd captain on Cherry. Mate, that's elite. Yeah, that's a great call. I nearly did, I went Gawn. Oh, that's loose. That is loose from Sanger. Yeah, very loose. 100%, bro. Very loose content there. Yeah, it will be a slightly shorter stream tonight. Obviously, there's not as much to talk about, so we should be fine, but, we'll do the quiz in, about 8:40 or something like that. Hunter, Shorty, do you think Quaynor and Ginnivan enjoy a bit of a That's loose, and this could be loose too. My Brownlow Smokey's a man, the myth, the Cy Wanganeen Miller. Yeah, look, he could be up there. He's definitely had some big 3 vote games second half of the year. I get a feeling he won't poll too much early. I know he was good, but I'm just sensing a bit of that Brownlow lag where it's just takes a bit of time for people to really lock in to his polling. But, Magpies, take Geelong out of all possible combinations. What would your preferred grand final matchup be as a neutral viewer? Yeah, all right, taking Geelong out. Look, I'd love to see Adelaide in there, and, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Gold Coast in there. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think it's likely, but, yeah, Adelaide, Gold Coast would be a different build up. Look, Geelong's had their success, Brisbane, Collingwood, definitely don't want Hawthorn. Dogs have had some success. Look, Freo, but I feel like Freo probably missed the 8 because, I don't think they'll beat the Dogs. So, yeah, that's probably the way I'd go with that one. So yeah, bit of a split on the poll. So I think I will go live, but just slightly earlier. Luke, random question, but would you want to go in the grand final motorcade? Shorty? I'd love to see you there. Of course I would, mate. Of course I would. I don't think they'd chuck me in one of the cars, but I'd jump along. Where does Mr. Smith finish in the Brownlow, Shorty? I'm gonna say second. Gonna say second. You'd be right up there, mate. Hawksy, imagine you've got retirees like Nat Fyfe in the motorcade trailing them in shorty suit. My team in a coffin. That's good. Whatever voted no, you're banned. Whoever voted, yeah, I know. I know. Gosh, cop that. Saying anyone but Hawks can win the flag this year because I don't want to see the Wizard win it. I know. As a Cats man, mate, there's no way I can oblige a Hawks win. Magpie, shorty if Freo miss the 8, Longmuir can go guts up in Bali. He won't have a job. Yeah, the guts up cup, mate. How good. I do love a bit of fireball with the boys. How funny if you're a fireball watcher, how funny was 4 to the floor, Marbior. Gunston Lewis, Joel. Oh, Jesus. The grand final entertainment, surely doing a lap on the loose as my guys. Saying I would rather watch Billy Frampton have 2 flags under his belt than the Wizard. Wow, he is not a Wizard fan, this man. Not a Wizard fan at all. Who could blame him? Who could blame him? What have we got up next? We've got Lukey boy. Well, I've got some news for you. You'll be in the motorcade for grand final day. Get pumped for Lukey just deciding the motorcade. What an honour. Yeah, there is a bit. I think it started over at TikTok because I gave him a house tour and the guest bedroom, and things got a little weird. The boys got a little outrageous. Flagcock, Shorty, who do you have your money on 8, and who would you like to miss the 8? Well, I do think Freo missed the 8, but I'd prefer to see Freo in there than the Dogs, so I'd be happy to see Freo knock the Dogs off. But yeah, that's really the only combinations, isn't it? I mean, potentially, could the Hawks still miss? They probably could. Come down to percentage. Nah, Freo's percent. Yeah, not too many different machinations to go. A rookie coach. Yeah, we'll have to team up for a finals preview now. Harry Shorts, would you rather have a one-on-one combo with Kingy or Kane as a fellow fireball abuser? Oh, definitely Kingy, mate. I reckon he'd be fantastic to have a beer with. I mean, look, Kano would be interesting, but Kingy's a funny man. And look, Kane ain't having a drink. Kingy, I feel like he'd have a beer with you for sure. But yeah, some of those songs he comes up with just cracks me up. I love dumb shit you heard last week. It was good stuff. Um, can't believe I missed it. Uh, look, if you just could plonk yourself in any live stream with no context of what year it was, stage of the year, probably that comment sums it up that it's round 24 and we've got no trades, so we've got nothing to talk about. Shorty, I've done my own Brownlee votes for every game this year. Have Dawson 29, Smith 27, really? That's interesting. I like that, mate. Dawson is one that I forget about, but he would have pulled some big ones. I like that, mate. That's interesting. Thanks for that. Luke, how would you go in a room with Kane and Bevo? Sure, yeah, I might have to be in between them, mate. Stop them absolutely punching the lights out of each other. Harry Ford to the floor with Mabior. Gunston Lewis Deer. Yeah, it's Gunston Lewis Deer, of course, because it's bloody Mabior. How did I mention Charles twice? Yeah, Gunston Lewis Deer. Oh, man. That's quality from Kingy. Yeah, I love they don't pull any punches. They do have cracks at each other. It's good stuff. You know what? We might not be far off the quiz now because I'm gonna do a TikTok on Supercoach finals after this, so I might even, we might finish up before 9 o'clock because I TikTok, I reckon, and, I'm sure he still wants to get his, Z's in, guys. Obviously, I'd love Anderson to win it, but we can never have nice things. No, I reckon he's a big chance as well. Look, if he dominates his last 2 weeks, he could sweep it with 6 votes. We are getting yeah, Cholo Norton. I love that music. Let's get it up. Yeah, it's gotta be Norton. Gotta be Norton, doesn't it? Um, no, give it to Diver Dacos. Um, where is it? Who wants to be oh, fantastic, an ad. Jeez. I thank 3 kindly for joining this. Oh, shit. Double ads? Jeez. If Dacos wins the Brownlow, the game is gone. Oh, harsh. Who wins out of Dogs free or short? I think the Dogs, mate. I think the Dogs will get up. Funny how the most important thing in Collingwood history is Peter Dacos. That's not what we're that's not what we're after. That's not what we're after. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? I swear it's for the 64,000. This could be it, I reckon. Yeah. Norton or Chol. Most intense music. Come on. I know Dacos goes down a bit easy, but we got to respect that he's a good footballer. Harry Hayshore, did you see Joey rip into Kane? AI work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On Triple M, yeah. Good. No, I do, yeah, I love listening to the, Sunday Rub as well. Yeah, I thought look, it was all in good fun. I think they both had some pretty good Kane hit back at him, Joey hit I thought there was some pretty good content in there. I think you'd give him level points, but no, didn't mind it at all. Stuart, AFL this week on Rankin. In regards to he should have got more, or what are we talking? Hunter Street, did you hear Midnight Oil are doing reunion tour featuring new hit dangerous options, these guys. Surely do the Hawks have a chance against Lions? Oh, yeah, there's a chance. I'd be backing Brisbane relatively confidently, but of course, definite chance. Also, if you guys want to do coach finals, that league code is what you want to join my league. Like Hawksy, why is Rankin thing taking so long for real? Has to be a bigger story behind it that we don't know. I know these things do take a lot of time, don't they? I'm not sure why, but yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I read well, does Shorty listen to the Sunday Rub? Yeah, oh, you bloody freak, mate. Shorty got breaking news. You'll be the MC. Mate, if only. If only, bro. um, let's get the Kahoot up, my friends. Um, we'll get stuck into the quiz, but yeah, there's your code for the finals if you want. Shorty, Fireball or Sunday Rub. Um, Fireball for me. It's Fireball. I think, yeah. Look, they're both pretty good. Tell you what was prime for me, and I still sometimes listen to it for a laugh, and I might be potentially too old here, but the Saturday Rub 2013 to 2015, Frawley, Lyon, Brayshaw, Damo, just, yeah, classic stuff. Sometimes the Chief. Um, yeah, that was some all-time stuff. Um, but yeah, we'll go on to any balls in the chat. I know, surely. First time caller, long time baller, my guys. So yes, quiz code for the Kahoot. We are loading 211556. There's your quiz code, my friends. Flaghog, Shorty, how do I join the league for Classic next year? Well, I'll just put some codes out once we're doing it for next year's Classic in the preseason. But yeah, if you jump into the lives, I'll often release one then. But yeah, I normally do about 10 or 11. So I hope you can get in, mate. But yeah, feel free to remind me next year and I'll try and look after you, mate. I have not, mate. No. Haven't watched the agenda setters. Look, there's so many shows. Like by the time you get round to, I love 360 and First Crack is probably one of my favorites. So yeah, I just don't get to it, mate. Yeah, he's been on fire. He has been on fire. Jesus, Saturday Rub going a day early. Yeah, if you want a good laugh, just yeah, type in Triple M Saturday Rub 360 feedback. It's some great stuff. They just take the piss out of them. Flagcock, around what time of year? Oh yeah, normally late Feb, probably mid to late Feb. Yeah, February, I reckon. Joey or Kingy? Look, I'm a Kingy man. I will say Kingy and Jared Waitley are like my two favourites. I love them. And look, Gary, he's grown on me again. I always used to love Gaz growing up. Then he bloody went and did some dodgy stuff with Billy's wife, whatever. So I was off him for a bit immoral, but whatever. But I do like Gaz. I must admit, I do like Gaz. I love listening to Gary and Tim in the morning as well. They're good value. Also on SEN, full on footy with Hoyne, Sports Day, Tuesday nights. It's a good hour. Some good quality stuff. I haven't listened to this week's, but it's good. Usually good viewing. How many are we going to get in the quiz? We got 23 in here, which shit. I appreciate that. You know, we are talking rubbish tonight. So thanks for sticking around. But 23, only 6 in the quiz. We got McCuzzer, we got Stu, we got Midweek Doug, Lucky Mac, Tiger Rewalt, and Shorty F6. Surely we can get a few more in there. Let's get it to at least 10. It is your best chance to win a quiz because I don't know if I'll do the quizzes through finals. I'll see. But this could be your best chance. We'll have a quiz night later in the year where I've got like 4 or 5, but this could be your best chance to win the quiz. Flag, okay, Shorty, have you started reading the player notes on Supercoach? I actually have not, mate. I've actually totally forgotten, bro. Force of habit, hey? Luke, what are your thoughts on Corbin Middlemass? Yes, like him a lot. He's one of my favorites. Got one of the best voices for it. I was a big fan of Corbin on the radio, and then I saw him on Midweek Tackle. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Tiger Rewalt, I met Kingy when I was at work experience at Champion Data a couple of years back. Seemed like a nice guy from my limited interactions. Love it, mate. Good stuff. Yeah, he seems like a real knockabout bloke. I met him at the on-site thing at Gather Round. He was a nice bloke. I must admit, like Kane left straight away, didn't get a chance. But Kingy, he hung around for some photos, had a chat. Nice fella. Yeah. Oh, Sheridan. Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. I tried to join the quiz as a league. Yeah, yeah. There's a few codes floating around. Finest Final Siren. Yeah, big fan. Probably used to listen to it more back in the day. I'm often just at dad's on the Friday night and don't always get a chance to listen to it. But yeah, Finey's good. Just rips him a new one. How random's that dude that does the ads on Finals Finey Siren up? Finey's Final Siren. Very random dude. McCar's a good chance of a top 10 finish. Yes, mate. We're up to 10. We're up to 10. Let's get a few in there, guys. Look, we'll start it soon because obviously there's a few that don't want to play. But if you want to get in the quiz, could be your best chance. Get sums in there. I'm so horny. Oh, we've gone down to 9. I've pumped it up and Tommy's in there. We love to see that. Oh, man, I must have scared a couple off. Did I do this question? Yeah, we touched on that one. Stuart, time for quiz. Yeah, mate. Look, we'll chuck this up just for a little bit and then we'll start. Look, we're still on 9. I think it might be just you guys, everybody. I reckon we'll start. If you are trying to join the quiz and need an extra minute, please let me know. Yeah, Stephen J. Peak. That's the one. What does he say? Don't risk your pants. Don't risk your chance, or don't take a chance. Go to Alan Mance. Harry, sure do you strike me as a small defender? Do you happen to dabble in the local footy? I reckon you'd fit in with the Marmalade crew. Must be the Mo. I'd love to join the Marmalade crew. Junior days was a fullback. I was one of the taller lads, but then I think they all caught up to me on the height wise. And yeah, used to be a bit of a wingman, bit of a skinnier lad. Not as much now, but yeah, played on the wing a little bit. Would have loved to just go sort of half back though. Magpie's perfect speed for ripping the wax off. That's loose. Luke, best segment on 360 in your opinion? I do love Simo and Horse. And I actually like Razor Ray. Like they always have some really good conversations and pretty robust. Sentry, who you've got in the Medicare bowl for this Thursday? Yeah, not exactly a classic, is it? But I think the Blues will get it done. All right, guys, let's get stuck into the quiz. We got 11 in there. Menchie's even joined in. Good luck to you. 11 in there, 12 questions. Your best chance to win the quiz. Good luck to you. Question 1. Which Saint kicked a goal to put them in front in the dying stages against Essendon? And I will add, I reckon we had a lot of people getting most of the questions right. I reckon this is one of my tougher quizzes. I'll be impressed if anyone gets 12 out of 12. Good luck to you. But yeah, Mason Wood, of course, did kick the goal. Yeah, credit to you. If you get 12 out of 12, respect. Tiger Rewalt, Hank, Lukey Mack, Stu, and McCuzzer rounding out the top 5. Harry Mackay kicked 7 goals against Port Adelaide. Who was the next highest goal kicker on the ground with 3? Jack Whitlock, Francis Evans, Paddy Cripps, or Zach Williams? It was Jack Whitlock who kicked the 3 goals. Bit of a surprise one there. Lukey Mack's all over it. So is Tommy, Tiger Rewalt, Hank, and then Stu. Not as many in the quiz, so we'll definitely be getting a bit of movement in that top echelon, I reckon. Which of these ruckmen is averaging the most disposals per game this season? I put average in because there's a few differences in the games they've played, but Darcy Cameron, Max Gawn, Brodie Grundy, Tim English, who is averaging the most? And yeah, we've split them across. Max Gawn is the answer. Lukey Mack, he's flexing his muscle here. 3 in a row. Tommy, midweek tug, Flag Hawk, and Tiger Rewalt. Which of these players was not a father-son selection? Dylan Buckley, Ace Cordy, Chris Dawes, or Luke McDonald? Which one was not a father-son? Chris Dawes is correct. 4 of you got that right. Lukey Mack, Tommy, Stu moves up. McCuzza, midweek tug, he's 5th. Hope you guys who are outside the top 5 are still cracking in because you're still a chance. Still a chance. Harry Sheasel had 54 touches on the weekend, how many of which were in the first half? 22, 26, 28, or 31? 28 is correct. Lukey Mack, Tommy, midweek tug, Tiger Rebel, Hank. Lukey Mack's on fire. He's created a buffer already. Sheasel equals Tom Mitchell's 54 in a game. How many times has Mitchell had 50 plus possessions in a game? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Absolute ball magnet. He's done it 3 times. I think it was 3. Pretty sure it was 3. Lukey Mack, Tommy, midweek tug, Tiger Rebel, and Hank. Can those catch up? Can we get a bit of a change up in the top 5? West Coast have won 1 game this year, defeating who? North Melbourne, Melbourne, Richmond, or St Kilda? Boom, St Kilda is correct. Tiger Rewald, he's on a streak of 3, but they're going to do well to catch Lukey Mack here. He's got a bit of a buffer. Could be done in one question, though. What number did Luke Bruce wear in his first year? 38, 47, 41, or 36? 47 is correct. Oh, bit of movement. Hank moves up to 3rd. Lukey Mack remains on top. He's over 1,000 points clear. What year did Travis Boak debut? 06, 07, 08, or 09? 07 is correct. A few at 06. There you go. Oh, he can't be stopped, Luke. He's on fire. Midweek tug is up to 3rd. And Flag Hawk has been working away. He's 5th. Jumps into the top 5. Shannon Neal has had a breakout month, kicking how many goals across these 4 weeks? 17, 11, 16, or 14. Bit of a tough one this. I mean, probably requires a pretty serious memory and a bit of a calculated guess. But, yeah, how many goals? 14 is correct, and just 2 got it right. He's gone 4-4 and a 3-3. Oh, Lukey Mack, he can't be stopped. Hank was the other one to get it right. He's in 3rd. They're not going to catch Lukey boy. What number was Nasai Wanganeen-Miller selected in the national draft? 5, 8, 11, or 13? I actually would have got this wrong. Sometimes I'll just think of a question and guess it myself, and yeah, I definitely would have got this wrong. So I thought he was a top 10er, but yeah, he was pick 11. 7 of you got that right. Lukey Mack, Tommy, Hank, midweek tug, Flag Hawk, get some. He's up 3 places. Final question. Which of these players kicked the most goals for their career? Bob Murphy, Jack Watts, Justin Kazitsky, or Tyrone Vickery? Boom, Kazitsky got it right. I actually thought maybe some may have gone with Bob Murphy because he did play a bit forward at the start of his career. But in 3rd place is Hank. Nicely done, mate. 2nd, Tommy. And in 1st is Lukey Mack with a comprehensive victory. I think he just about led from start to finish once he got on top. He didn't look back. And look at that penguin just dancing around with his stupid beanie. Fucking loves it. Well done, Lukey. I feel like you've had some really consistent finishes, but you were building up to the victory there. Nicely done. Nicely done. And the overall ranks, Flag Hawk was 4th, midweek tug, Tiger Rewalt, Shorty F6, get some, Stu, McCuzza, and yeah, that rounds it out. Oh, I'm so horny. David Mensch. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Nicely done, Luke. Nicely done. Shorty had an absolute stinker. Came 8th, worst position all year in the last one. Hopefully not last one. Yeah, I know. Look, there will be other quizzes coming up. We definitely will have a quiz night. I'll see how I go. Yeah. Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. Nicely done, my friend. Nicky Vlosten, Daddy, could have stopped the Holocaust. Oh, thanks very much, guys. Oh, look out. This is Jackson, I think. How are you, mate? What's going on? And there is Jackson. Hello, mate. How are you, fellas? he's a dangerous man, Nicky Boston. You ain't a squirrel, but you. Oh, Jesus Christ! There are more wins to come. End off the year. I love it, mate. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, no worries, Magpies. I might wind it up, I think, because there's Jacksons everywhere, mate. I'm going to do a TikTok for the SuperCoach finals. Really want to get that one out. And I'm bloody starving too. So I think I'm going to duck out to the supermarket and grab a juicy little snack. Watch a bit of First Crack tonight. So thanks again. We've talked plenty of trash tonight, as show should be, around 24 preview. But I'll be back on Thursday night to preview the round. We'll talk a bit of ranking. We'll probably largely talk SuperCoach finals. But yeah, if you're looking for a SuperCoach finals video tonight, I'll have one out on TikTok. So might even put it as a YouTube short if I remember. But thanks again. Thanks for the year. We'll be back next Wednesday despite the footy. It might be earlier though. I might go live on TikTok maybe at like 6 and then YouTube 6:30, 6:45. But G Money, what is up, my guy? Good man. Have a good one. See you, mate. We'll catch you later, guys. Have a good week. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for all the comments and questions tonight and throughout the year. Catch you guys.